Here is the potentially final version of Outdoor Gym. As you can see, it's taking up most of the left-hand side of the garden there. This lump here is where the trampoline is. It's just over 1 meter high, I measured out. So we've got the chin-up bar, which is the red, 2.5 meters high, as suggested with the rings hanging off it. This is the scaffold pole embedded into the ground, which goes across the bar and then down and embedded into the ground where the wall is. The width of the bar is 2.1 meters, which I think is a good width. It will enable maximum arm extension. My arms are no longer than that, so that's good. Incidentally, all of the obstacles in this are in red, so it's pretty clear which is which. Then you told me that the idea was to have a sort of Z-shaped, S-shaped set of climbing challenge training boards, so I've gone ahead and tried to put that in. I did have a problem trying to get them to be 1 meter each. As you can see, we've got 1 meter and then 1335 and then 1335. That's because the walls, if you see, are angled such that I can dangle off without hitting my legs on them while climbing up here. And the problem with that is then the angle on this second wall would have hit the beginning of the pegboard, so I had to just extend them slightly to make up for the 15 degrees of angle. This one here is the wood grips, so you see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, but I mean those are not an exact number by any means, and I question whether we require 2 sets, so maybe one set could be thicker and one set could be thinner for extra challenge. Then we've got the slopers, the boobs as I like to call them, and we've got 5 across and 8 up. And that, again, it's a lot. I don't think we're going to need that many slopers. Really, we only need 2, and maybe 2 sets of 2. So 2 easy or 2 hard, or 2 medium and 2 hard. And then just to train on those. And then we've got the pegboard, and the pegboard's got a shed load of pegs, a shed load of holes and 2 pegs. Not sure that it requires having as many holes as that. Maybe 4 across, maybe even just 2 across should be fine, just up and down. It's quite fun to go left and right, but if it makes a big difference to the cost, then it doesn't really, not a big issue. As you can see, we have moved the steps back. Steps used to come to here, so push the steps right back, and also dug out this full section on the left, which used to have a slope on it. So that is the idea there. And then if we turn it right round, you can see on the back here are the dip bars, as discussed, and they connect to the base, or to the midsection, sorry, of the climbing wall practice holds, the campus boards, I suppose you'd call them, and they are 2 meters long. You've got 2 meters long to play with and 500mm wide. Wasn't sure whether that was the right thing to have, and then 1250 high. But all these measurements can be totally adjusted. They're not stuck in stone. They're just what I thought would probably be the right thing to have. So, for example, the height of the first climbing campus board grip is 1250 from the ground. So that would mean bending the legs quite substantially to get onto it. It doesn't matter, it's fine. So, I mean, maybe that needs to be higher, maybe not. We don't want it to stick over the top of the fence, but we've got quite a lot of room to play with. And then I haven't built the roof on top because it's irritating to see it. But you mentioned something about having a little jutting out section here and here and here to stop the wood getting too wet underneath. So we could just have plastic running off to the back or something like that. So yeah, I mean, that is how I've designed it so far. Maybe we'd need a bar going across the back here, and I'd have to even out this. You can see it's not quite in line because of the aforementioned issue with the angle of the wall sticking out, so I'd have to work out how to do that. But yeah, there is the design, so please let me know what you think, and I can send you some pictures of this as well. But yeah, basically, I'm quite pleased with it, and I think that will definitely cover off all the stuff that I want to train, so yeah, it looks pretty impressive. Cheers.